Evening everybody, Silverbolt here, back for a Transformers review. Back for a Transformers review that is the only one on YouTube, I believe, because I've already checked. Today we're doing Slugslinger. Slugslinger first shows up in the Transformers Series 4 of the Americans, the Rebirth. Now, his character bio depicts Slugslinger as a arrogant, swaggering braggart who boasts that he would fight anybody in a one-on-one duel. In reality, he'll just shoot them in the back. Like all braggarts, he is a coward, and he tends to run away once his ammunition has gone out. Now, in the cartoon, you never see any of this, for the simple fact that Slugslinger is one of those Transformers that Hasbro decided to put in there that never, ever does anything. He is a pure background character that is just there to fight and to make up the numbers. He's one of the would it be the third generation? Yeah, I suppose you could say the third generation of Transformers. It just happens to pop up. He's in there along the likes with Trigger Happy, Misfire, Skullcruncher, Weird Wolf, Mindwipe, Sure Shot, Point Blank, etc., etc., etc. He's one of those characters that just simply doesn't do anything. Anyway, Slugslinger ends up, of course, on the planet Nebulos, where he becomes the target master companion of with Caliburst. Of course, with the Autobots and the Decepticon target masters, the Autobots become headmasters first, then the Decepticons do, then the Decepticons become target masters, then the Autobots become target masters. So you end up with 4 Autobot headmasters, 6 Autobot target masters, 5 Decepticon headmasters, and 5 Decepticon target masters. Oh, that's a mouthful. And so the course of the adventure progresses. Slugslinger doesn't do anything. He just shows up and he fights. And that's all he does. In the Takara Japanese headmasters, Slugslinger gets a major redesign overhaul. Most of the Transformers stay identical to their American counterparts, with the obvious exceptions of Fortress and Zarek / Scorponok. Now, Slugslinger is those ones that gets a massive overhaul. In the American cartoon, he's probably the laziest of all the design of the American Transformer Decepticons, in that he's black and white. And that's it. He's black and white. I think he's got red eyes, and that's the most that he has. Very different to his toy. By that time, the Hasbro toys had started to more resemble their cartoon counterparts. The Japanese redrew him more in line with his toy mode, which is the nose cone jet. Slugslinger shows up in the Takara editions. Very coincidentally, just in time for the ones from the Planet Master, because of course there's no Nebulons in the Cybertronian in the Headmasters series. There is only those from the Planet Master. The Headmasters, of course, are just Cybertronians that are people from the Planet Master that are just binary bonded to their machines. The Target Masters actually get bonded to Cybertronians in the form of wrist guns. And again, Slugslinger doesn't do a lot. He doesn't do a lot. I mean, the headmasters in Transformers Cybertron, in Transformers Takara headmasters, do a lot more than their target master counterparts do. And again, it's true with the comics. Slugslinger does nothing. Because the comic continuity differs slightly than the cartoon continuity, in that the Autobots get their target masters first, and then the Decepticons get theirs. But of course, Slugslinger gets Caliburst, along with the other Decepticon. Well, they're all the Decepticon target masters are jets. Caliburst is apparently depicted as a Nebulon actor who's really only in it for the money. Now, the toy itself is part of the target master range that are significantly rarer than some of the others. I mean, the 3 new Decepticon target masters, which would be Slugslinger, Misfire, and Trigger Happy, are distinctly rarer than their other two more well-known counterparts, which would be Scourge and Cyclonus. Very much rarer, and as such, they fetch a phenomenal price. Consider back in the G1 line, the target masters are the newest of them, pretty much. Not counting reissues, BotCon releases, Encore releases, whatever. But they're some of the most expensive. I mean, I've seen Slugslinger, just Slugslinger with his gun, for 120 quid. I mean, I'm a big Transformers fan, but I wouldn't pay that. I got this for about £18 off a Dutch auction. But even the likes of Misfire, I haven't found cheaper than 35. I buy it now. So, there we go. Now, transforming him. A bit of WD-40 needed there, I think. Pop the head down, push the nose cone out. These toys are very indicative of the simple Hasbro getting lazy trademark lines that were coming out. I won't bother putting the hands back in because they're a bugger to get out. And there you have him, transformed into his dual cockpit phallus shaped plane. Caliburst, of course, sits quite nicely in the top there. And yes, I know I haven't put the hands in, but the hands are an absolute nightmare to get out. Now, my Slugslinger does appear to be rather faded and worn. The white, if he was supposed to be white, then he's started to go yellow. Definitely much nicer in his alt mode. His plane mode is a lot nicer than his robot mode. I mean, his robot mode does next to absolutely nothing. I mean, it's got these spindly little legs. These really spindly little legs. And a pop-up head. And the most that the arms do is that. They move at the elbow and they can be put out like that. So, I don't know why you'd want to put it out like that is beyond me, because it just looks daft. But there we go. His gun, on the other hand, is much, much nicer. Now, most of the target masters, all they do is just bend over, and they fold at the waist, and that's it, you've got the gun. Some of them even fold 3 times. I think it's recoil and it's Crosshair's Target Master Companion. I think it's Crosshair's Target Master Companion, whose name I can't remember at this moment in time. I keep wanting to say Point Blank's Peacemaker, but that was Point Blank's Peacemaker was. And his folds into a 3-way. You've got the legs, the body, and the gun at the top, and it's this big bulky thing, and it looks weird. But Caliburst and Blowpipe, Trigger Happy's Target Master Companion, you pull this bit out, and then you fold the legs down. Now, I get paranoid every time I hear it. You probably heard it go, that little tick, and I get paranoid that I've snapped it. And you push that in like that. And it does make a much, much nicer, both in robot mode and in alt mode, than some of the other Target Masters. So much, much nicer. As I've said, Slugslinger and the other two, Misfire and Trigger Happy, will set you back the most amount of money that you can. You're probably better off buying something like this on its own and then getting the gun on a different auction. It's how I managed it with Peacemaker and Point Blank. I got Point Blank first, and then I got Peacemaker afterwards. So you're probably better off doing it that way. The Target Masters are a nice addition, I suppose. They look nice. They look nice. It's only when you start to play around with them that you realise they are quite crap. But there we go. But I do like them, but I'm not forking out that stupid amount of money for them. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. No, I've got 6 Target Masters. The ones that are missing is Misfire, Cyclonus Target Master. Though I have Nightstick because he got reissued with the Jazz Recolor Ricochet. I've got all the Autobot target masters, I know that much. So, yeah, I know I've got all the Autobot target masters except for Blur. So I'm missing Scourge, Cyclonus, and Misfire, and Blur. So, okay, but that's it for now. This is Slugslinger, as I said, an expensive toy. Up to you whether you feel he's worth it. Personally, unless you're a die-hard collector, or unless you can find him cheap, I wouldn't shell out for him. I wouldn't shell out for him. Okay, but for now, this is Silverbolt with Slugslinger and with Caliburst, signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.